Hey, handsome. You being good? Whoa!
You think your cat gets jealous, but here's something strange. When you pet another cat, your cat doesn't just react. It moves with precision. It walks in, blocks your hand, pushes the other cat away, and takes control. That's not random. That's not emotional chaos. That's targeted behavior. Now here's where it gets interesting. In science, there's actually no strong evidence that cats feel jealousy the way humans do. But there is something else that explains this perfectly. Something much more basic and much more powerful. To your cat, your attention is a resource, and what looks like jealousy might actually be competition. Let's be honest, it really does look like jealousy. Your cat interrupts you, takes your attention back, sometimes even attacks the other animal. That matches perfectly with how humans describe jealousy. But here's the problem. Human jealousy is complex. It requires self-awareness, social comparison, understanding relationships, and we don't have solid evidence that cats process social situations at that level. So instead of asking, do cats feel jealousy? We should ask, what behavior are we actually seeing? In animal behavior, there's a simpler explanation: resource competition. Animals compete for anything that improves survival, food, territory, mates, and in social environments, attention. There's even a concept called resource guarding, where an animal actively prevents others from accessing something valuable. Now think about your cat. What happens when you open a laptop, you pick up your phone, you talk to someone else? Your cat appears. Not randomly, but exactly when your attention shifts. Let's break this down. Why does your cat sit on your keyboard? Because your attention is locked onto something else. Why does it walk in front of your screen? Same reason. Why does it suddenly become affectionate when you're busy? That's not coincidence. That's timing. And when you pet another animal, and your cat pushes in, that's direct competition. In behavioral terms, this is called interference behavior. Your cat is actively modifying the situation to regain access to a resource. This isn't just theory. There are studies that support parts of this model. For example, a 2014 study by Harris and Provost found that dogs show what looks like jealousy, but when analyzed closely, it's actually resource-guarding behavior, not complex emotion. Another study by Vitale and colleagues in 2017 found that many cats actually prefer interacting with humans over food or toys, which means you're not just a food source, you're a meaningful part of their environment. And a 2013 study by Saito and Shinozuka found that cats can recognize their owner's voice. So your cat knows who you are, where your attention is, and when it shifts. That's enough to create competition. Cats evolve differently from dogs. They are solitary hunters. They don't rely on groups. They don't rely on hierarchy, which means they can't afford to ignore changes in resources. Every shift matters. So instead of waiting, they intervene immediately. So next time your cat pushes between you and something else, don't just call it jealousy, because what you're seeing is not emotional insecurity. It's control. It's precision. It's an animal making sure that something valuable doesn't get taken away. And in your cat's world, that something is you.
Understanding animals isn't about romance. It's about evidence and instinct.